What if Alonso's title-winning Renault had modern slick tyres? So this video then is of course inspired by the recent run that Alonso did for Renault at Abu Dhabi in the 2005 Renault. We heard it screaming around the track, that V10 screaming. So I thought I want to do a direct comparison versus the old groove tyres versus the modern tyres. Of course, he was on relatively modern slick tyres, on demonstration tyres though, so they're not perfectly the 2020 tyres as such. So I'm going to be jumping on the F1 2020 game to test this. Now, the game doesn't actually have the 2005 Renault, but it has the 2006 Renault. So near enough. The main difference really is it's a V8 engine instead of a V10. Of course, the actual car itself is slightly different as well. It's slightly different downforce levels, but actually it's a 1 year difference car. It's not a huge amount different. But other than that, we've given it the exact 2020 performance tyres on the car. So let's see exactly how different it's going to be. First up, with a side-by-side comparison, groove tyres versus slick tyres. So here we go then, we've got the groove tyres on the left-hand side and you can see the slick tyres on the right-hand side. Now I've done this side-by-side comparison a little bit differently to normal. I've actually synced them up for the end of the lap, so they will cross the finish line at the exact same time, but they start staggered. Normally, of course, I do it the other way around and we sync it at the start line. So I thought it'd be an interesting way to do this particular test. You can see on the right side, the slick tyre is actually quite a bit behind the groove tyre at the moment, so it is quite a long way that it catches up across the distance of an Abu Dhabi lap. And of course, it is the slower speed corners that do make a bigger difference for this one. You just get more grip at slow speed, whereas high speed, it's more about how much downforce the car's got, which of course is absolutely identical for both cars. I am actually using the same weights and that sort of thing as the modern cars, but actually in a straight line, they seem to be pretty much identical. I couldn't really see any difference in a straight line. I could definitely be more confident on the brakes with the slick tyres. I think they would just lock, or be harder to lock, I should say. Of course, without having the grooves, it's just got more grip, it's just got more traction. I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to pause the video there very quickly to ask you to please subscribe if you do enjoy this video. We're trying to hit 40k subs by the end of the year. We've only got about 2 weeks to go before 2021. So please do subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let's get back to the comparison lap. I was able to be a lot more aggressive with the brakes. Of course, as well, in the traction zone, it is also easier with the slicks. Of course, because they're the 2020 tyres, we have got bigger rear tyres than we have got front tyres. Although visually, it won't actually look like that because I've actually had to use the 2010 visuals for the slick tyres, but I have used all the performance from the 2020 tyres. So, yeah, so we've got plenty of traction. That makes a massive difference. The groove tyres on the left-hand side really do move around a lot under traction. Yes, you've got traction control, but you still have to be quite cautious and make sure you get the car straight before you really jam the throttle on, or the traction control just either kicks in hard or you get a big slide. But actually on the right hand side, you can be really aggressive with the throttle. Coming to the final sector now, you can see we're really starting to make up some time on the groove tyres, and we're now not far behind at all. Still got a little bit of way to go though, just one more corner to do it in, and of course we are going to do it in. We know that because I've already synced it up to the apex at more or less the same time on the exit, and there we go, crossing the finish line at the exact same time. As for the lap time difference then, if we slide on along, we can see there was a 2.3 second difference in the time there. The delta there on the top right is the delta versus the groove time that we just saw on the left. So a massive difference. Not all that surprising, but it is interesting that I actually used the medium tyre for this mod. I didn't want to have a tyre that was, so soft and wouldn't work in all conditions and would just degrade really quickly. So I used the modern Pirelli medium tyre. So it's by far not the softest tyre that we could possibly use. And even despite that, we were 2.3 seconds quicker. So massive difference being made there with the difference between the groove and the slick tyre. Let's jump into a race now with the AI. Okay, let's get into the race now then on the grid with slick tyres. Everyone else around me has also got slick tyres. This is a spec race, so everyone's got the exact same car. And bogging down hugely on the start with a huge amount of rear grip we've got. I'm going to try and get the inside here maybe. Yeah, okay, everyone's going to brake very early, so let's have some of that. Lovely jubbly, thank you guys. I'm going to try and get the inside here. Oh, scary, scary, scary. This corner is not that easy flat in the older cars. We're trying on the outside of this guy. My word, bit of contact there. Luckily we got damage switched off. Going to go up the inside here just because he will let me do it. Going on the outside here. And again, I think these AI drivers must not be making use of their slick tyres because at the moment they're pretty slow. Let's see if it's a race start thing or they just are that slow. And let's have a little look as well at the tyre wear, which is the first chance to look at that. As I said, I've used the medium tyres from the game. This guy's actually got pretty good straight line pace. Yeah, I think these guys aren't making good use of their slick tyres, I reckon. But that's a good comparison, though, because although it looks like they've got slick tyres, it looks like they're only coded to use the same speed as what the groove tyres are. So this is actually a really good comparison of how much quicker we would be on groove tyres versus slick tyres, although it doesn't look like that visually. The only difference might be is that they'll probably get better exits. I imagine they'll use the slick tyre on the traction. But through the corners, they're just going at their groove tyre pace. You can see there that we ran wide and still quite comfortably able to keep with Giles up ahead. Let's see if we can dive us inside here into the next understeer. We had to take a void in action there. Still to go on us outside though, because here goes so slow through that. This final set is where we're going to be able to make the biggest difference. Yeah, there you go. They're just relatively crawling. They're trying to go up us outside here. If he gives us a bit of room, is he going to give us the room? Yes, he is. And again, nice and easy here with these significantly grippier tyres. As we just showed, they're about 2.5 seconds a lap quicker, depending on how good a lap you do. It might be a bit more than that. Oh, that's a bit deep, but our slick tyre is going to help us versus Moreno's. Well, he thinks he's on groove, so he's going slow enough to drive the groove tyres. Oh, that was close to contact. Let's get a bit of slipstream now. How's our engine temp doing as well? Oh, he's going to defend, so we're going to try and go on his outside here. Should be easy with the slick tyres. There it is. Bit of a dodgy line, but that won't matter. Job done. Quesada, we can almost go on his outside, not quite. So yeah, so they're definitely making use of the improved traction of these tyres. But they're just not making use of the improved cornering speed of these tyres. Let's have a look now. Yeah, our engine is overheating a bit. That's why he's pulling away from us in the straight when he's going on to lean, just to call it a little bit. We're going to try and dive on his outside here. Should be able to brake later as well. Make use of our good use of our grooved tyres up to P6 now on lap 2. So we should be able to win this race, you'd think, although there's a bit of field spread ahead now, so this will be interesting. Look at this guy. He is a rapido in a straight line with his nice cool engine. Again, look at how much difference we can make in these corners. Can we get the inside of this guy? Nah, a bit of a dive that would have been. Can we get the cutback now, though? Just can't get on the power that well. We are in lean, but still. We saw last time I couldn't really get the cutback. These cars haven't got enough downforce. My word. My word. That was a vast difference. Okay, we did go a bit deep, but we probably could have done it better than that. We outbraked it by a huge amount there. Really makes a massive difference having these slick tyres. Of course, as well, it is a much more modern tyre. It's important to say that. It's not just a case of it just being groove versus slick directly. These tyres are also about 14 years newer than the tyres that my rivals here are on.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
And surprisingly, the fastest lap. Nice and easy dive bomb there. Come to Apex. Right, we've got Forest up ahead. Let's see how engine temp's doing now. Bit cooler now. Oh, it's not flat. It was barely flat in time trial. It's not really flat at this stage of the race. I think better having a dive there. They do brake quite late into there. They're very slow here though. Oh, he squeezed us there. We can probably go right round his outside with our slick tyres. There we go. Nice and easy. Up to Rich. Someone was overheating a little bit there. What was it? I think it was just the brakes. No problem whatsoever. Engine's cool enough now to comfortably use Rich down this straight. Up to P3. He's got 2 more positions to get in the next 2 laps. I reckon we should be all right. Considering we're best part of 2 seconds out quicker than our rivals. Should better get Roth in the final sector, hopefully, if we can have a good sector. And then after that, it'll be after Coppens for P1. I wanted to do a mixed race in this. I wanted to have half the cars genuine on slicks, half the cars genuinely on groove tyres, but I just can't get it. You do get a bit of dirty air. You just can't get the cutback very well. But yeah, I wasn't able to do that just because the complications with the game. Obviously, I'm already tweaking quite heavily compared to what it's supposed to do, so I just wasn't able to make it work like that. Okay, he's going to give us a bit of room. We're going to fly around his outside. Lovely jubbly. We're going to give him the chop as well. Oh, very nearly into the wall there. Managed to get away with that one. We now got 2 more laps to go to get past Coppens for P1. I think that'll be easy. Right, let's see if we can go for a purple lap as well. Actually, no, the last lap we'll go for a purple, just to see the exact lap time difference between ourselves and the well, simulating the groove shod rivals that we got today. Big lift through there, not a great line, and some dirty air for good measure. Down to lean fuel, save the engine temp. Look how slow he is. We're trying going outside once again. We should be able to do it quite comfortably with these slick tyres. Of course, it makes the biggest difference in the slower corners, so no problem whatsoever. Okay, here we go. Then we're going to go for the purple lap. We should get this lap anyway. We're now going to go up to rich fuel for the whole lap. 1.2 up on our previous still, despite not pushing that hard on that one. We should be able to go quick on that, surely. Decent enough first turn. Can we keep it flat for this section here? Or a bit of curb there, a bit too much curb. Take a lot of curb there. Yep, comfortably flat. That'll be quicker than what we've done previously. Confirmation there about purple. 2 tenths up, not bad. Again, not having to go on the outside of someone through this corner will surely help us. Keep a nice tight line, although we've not had a great exit there. Hard on the power though. Using all these very large rear slicks are able to offer. Up through the gears, up to 7th gear now, 5 seconds ahead of Coppens. And tyres are starting to get a little bit warm, but we're not too worried about those. Just look at the engine temps, that's all that really matters. Don't want to brake too late there. It's very easy to outbrake yourself in these cars. Nice clip apex there, getting a good enough exit. Will it be a purple middle sector as well? You'd hope so, but it might not be. Engine temps again doing okay for now. They'll be hot towards the end, but that'll be okay. Brake a little bit early into there, to be honest. 7/10 up now, again, half a second middle sector. Oh, not a great line through there, but it'll do. Back on the power a little bit there, again, braked a little bit early. Not completely used to these cars, of course. To the final couple of corners now. So down, clipping our apex nicely. Hard on the power, traction control barely kicks in with these big slick tyres. Oh, on the curb a little bit. Compromise the speed through there. Final 2 corners now. Could have taken a bit more speed through there, but it wasn't too bad. Able to get on the power a bit earlier. Final quarter to go. Surely this will be a purple. How much quicker is it going to be than our previous? 1.1 seconds quicker than our previous. That was a bit of rich fuel and pushing a little bit harder. That is going to be significantly quicker than what the AI managed in that one. The AI was on 105 difficulty, which is about right for me normally in the modern cars. Of course, I don't know how the pace would normally compare, but let's get straight in and to have a look at the fastest lap comparison. There you go. Wow, what is that? Almost 5 seconds quicker than the field. Well, clearly then the AI were on a little bit too low a difficulty for me in that race because I was able just to completely fly past them. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. I wanted to look at this one because it does interest me. You know, these famous cars, you know, there was so much intrigue around this car at Abu Dhabi, and, you know, him being on slick tyres. You never get a direct comparison because, you know, the 2006 cars never raced around Abu Dhabi for a start. They were also on groove tyres, of course. It was a different time, different weather conditions. It's hard to compare. So this game enables us to kind of stabilise a lot of those conditions and get a real good comparison. It looks like about 2.5 seconds quicker the modern medium tyres are versus the old groove tyres. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.